trade deadline comes and goes, and Brad Holmes misses an opportunity, plain and simple. We'll get to that more specifically here just a second on what he missed on and specific players that went and what they went for. Brad Holmes missed on it. So we do trade for Donovan Peoples-Jones, wide receiver. Okay, that is kind of nice. We did need that. But I think we were all looking for a defensive end and corner. And it's kind of weird because the Lions defense has been oddly amazing this year. However, against Seattle and Baltimore, they haven't been. They weren't. But against all other teams, just like utterly dominant. So for me to sit here and say we needed a defensive end we needed a corner sounds kind of weird because, man, really only 2 losses. Otherwise, defense has been dominant. But we know that defensive end is very thin outside of Aiden Hutchinson. There is not much at defensive end and corner. We're really thin there. And if Jerry Jacobs or Cam Sutton goes down, we're in a lot of trouble. So let's take a look at who we could have gotten, right? Just based on what we see, facts of who went and who got traded, right? Because you always wonder, like, how much would Chase Young go for, right? Well, let's find out. So here's some moves that were made. Donovan Peoples-Jones, of course, went to Michigan, comes back to the Lions for a 6th round pick in 2025. Didn't know that. So that's a new little nugget. I don't know if that's right. I think it is. So, okay, fine. So basically for nothing, you get Donovan Peoples-Jones. Cool. Okay. I think it's a good move. But here we go. Chase Young to the 49ers for next year's 3rd round pick. That seems like a very good deal. I mean, who are you going to get in the 3rd round next year that's better than Chase Young right now, right here? Here we go. I get the money factor, but the San Francisco 49ers are like, let's add dudes. That's what they do. They're picking up guys. And so look at this. The 49ers have Bosa, Randy Gregory, Cleveland Farrell, Drake Jackson. Okay, they know that come playoff time, you need to get to the quarterback, drop 7, rush 4, drop 7. When all the chips are down and it's 3rd and 8, they know you got to be able to get to the quarterback. So the more pass rushers, the better. So look at this, a team that's filled with pass rushers, one of the best in the game, plus other like pretty solid dudes, and they still go out and get Chase Young. That tells you a lot right there for a 3rd round pick. Whereas the Lions are sitting here with Aiden Hutchinson. Boom. Love it. Romeo. No. Right. Aleem, Benito, John Kaminsky. Like, these are all inside guys. And then you got Charles Harris, Julian Aquara. Like, that's our defensive ends. When we got to have a rush, it's 3rd and 8. We're playing in December for the division. It's just tough. The division's wide open, ready for us. I mean, it'd be a shock if we didn't win the division. So that means a home playoff game, Ford Field, crowd. I mean, a couple victories away from a Super Bowl. And it's like, nah, I don't know. We kind of want to hold on to that 3rd round pick. This 3rd round pick, that's where we took Broderick Martin last year, right? 3rd round pick is where we took Iffy, Melon Fonwu in the 3rd round. Will Harris was like a 3rd round pick. 3rd round pick, I don't know. Maybe you can hit, maybe not. I mean, St. Brown was a 4th round, so it's like you can hit. I love Brad Holmes, love everything that he's done, but this feels like a missed opportunity. There's a perfect example. You've got the opportunity. Chase Young goes for a 3rd round pick. So, all right. What else we got? So there's another Joshua Dobbs. There's a few guys go. The Bears, shockingly, Montez Sweat. Okay. For a 2nd round pick. All right. You know what? That's a little spicier, that 2nd round pick. That's when you start to get into some okay. That you don't want to let go of 1st and 2nd round picks. But again, a defensive end that can rush the passer is just worth everything. So Montez Sweat, I won't even go into that one because, I mean, the guy is like, okay, He's an underrated player in the midst of a career year with 6.5 sacks, 32 tackles, 10 tackles for loss through 8 games. But this is an interesting move considering he's on an expiring deal. Right. So he's an expiring deal. I get it. That's part of the trades and why you make trades and why teams would give up on a guy because he's going to be a free agent. But it just shows you we could have got for a second or a third round pick a very good opposite of Hutch defensive end to rush the passer. Same thing up here. And I get the Packers maybe don't want to give us Rasul Douglas. Rasul Douglas, fine, right? We've played against him many times. That's a good corner. That is better than Will Harris out there all day, every day. Give me Rasul Douglas over Will Harris, right? That's your backup corner. Could have been your backup corner for now a third round pick. So another third round pick. You get a veteran guy, plug and play. And again, I know, and it's this isn't Madden, and you've got guys that personalities and work ethic and all the stuff. I get that, but it just feels like a complete missed opportunity by Brad Holmes. And now look at the roster. Right, this is our roster now. So at corner, Jerry Jacobs, Cameron Sutton, love it. Brian Branch, not like a straight up corner. He's going to be more your nickel safety. So then it leaves, if anything happens to Sutton or Jacobs, Chase Lucas, Gilmore, Will Harris. And we see that when Will Harris is on the field, it's problems. And again, I mean, it's just he's chasing guys. It's like, dude, you're not good you're not the best guy to be out there. I don't want you out there. I just don't feel good when I see Will Harris trotting onto the field. I'm like, oh boy. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. We don't always read all the comments, or excuse me, we don't always comment on all the comments or respond, but we read all of them. Missed opportunity, division's wide open. We are gonna win the division, right? If we don't, then it's like, well, then they've got bigger problems. Stuff happened. We fell off. Jared Goff got hurt. Something weird happened. We didn't win the division. We're gonna win the division. So that means it's a home playoff game. So that means we're a couple victories away from a Super Bowl, and you see these Super Bowl contending teams bulking up on defensive end. It's like, what? Why? Who could we have gotten? Any just depth, right? Acquire brothers, get them out of here. Charles Harris just is not who we thought he was going to be this year. We heard good things coming back from the injury. He's not it. He is not it. And especially when you see a guy like Max Crosby, who we played against the Raiders, like, okay, that's it. That is a true animal defensive end. We don't have that outside of Hutch. We have, and I'm not expecting us to have like 4 Hutches, but you got to have a Hutch. Got to have that. We do, thankfully. And then you've got to have another something. I mean, anything on the other side. So let me know your thoughts in the comments on this, and we'll see all of you on the next one.